Hi, I'm Matthew. Welcome to my channel. Today it's Sunday morning and it's time for a shave. Real quick, gonna wet my face. Got 2 days worth of growth and I need a shave. Today's shave soap is Stirling Soap Company and it's Rich Mousse. You guys have probably seen this before. I did an unboxing video, I think almost 2 months ago now. Just now getting around to doing a shave with it. And you can't really see where I scooped out. It was right up in here. You know, when I read or when I seen the picture originally, I better do a thumbnail. I kind of thought that there may be some chocolate vibes in there. I don't pick that up. Just right off the tub, it's got a little bit of that tallowy scent to it. But once it's lathered up, it's a different story. Here it is, lathered up. And to me, it kind of has a little bit of that vintage vibe to it. And then there's just a touch of sweetness in there, if that makes sense. I do have the notes here that I can read off in just a second. I've got that whipped up in my Captain's Choice copper bowl. Going to be using my Stirling brush that I re-knotted with a, I think it was 20%, or it might have been 30% boar, 70% badger. I can't remember now, it's been so long ago. I did run it a little on the thin side. I kind of like that sweet spot. So I'll read off the notes here to you. It is green and bergamot, rosemary, lemon, orange, coriander, clove, cedar, moss, tonka bean, and patchouli. If that sounds like a scent that reaches out and speaks to you, this scent may be just for you. And I'm going to be using the Stirling, I believe this was the standard, what they called the standard razor. So it's like the Gillette Slim on the highest setting. And I have a Gillette 7 o'clock yellow blade in there. Let's get going with pass number 1 with the grain. Oh yeah, taking it down with no problem at all. I feel like this blade and razor combo, super smooth. There's really no blade feel. And it just cuts so effortlessly. I'm sure if you used other blades in it, it may have a little bit different feel to it. I have a bowl full of warm water here, and I didn't quite fill it all the way to the top for some reason. It's a little bit trickier. I don't want to hit the blade on the bottom of the bowl. I was going to do a straight razor shave today, and then kind of midpoint of getting all my stuff together, I changed my mind. The more I've been using straight razors off camera and on camera, I've been leaning more towards that direction of, I mean, I really enjoy the shave, but I really feel like I get a better shave, and I have almost zero irritation. Sometimes with DE shaving, I still get a little bit of irritation, kind of in this area and this area. And I don't know if it's, I haven't really put my finger on why exactly it does it. And it just may be technique. I don't know. Pass number 2 across the grain. I think I've said this in the past, and if you know what I'm talking about, comment below and let me know. But for some reason, when I use a safety razor versus a straight razor, you know, later on that day when the stubble starts coming back, on the safety razor, it feels like the end of the hair or the stubble feels a little bit sharper and pokier, if that makes sense, to where for some reason on the straight razor it feels a little bit more blunt. And I think it's because maybe the angle, but I think that's where the irritation's coming in. If the hair is a little bit more pointy when it's in that hair follicle, it's actually irritated by poking the skin. And if that's not what's happening, that's what I have convinced myself to believe, and it may be really not true. I don't know. I think it has to do maybe with the bar kind of pre-stretching the skin and somewhat changing the angle a little bit. Got a little ingrown hair there from the other day. All right, I'm gonna get cleaned up with some cold water and I will be right back. Well, that was a nice shave. I don't know if I mentioned, my mind goes crazy. This particular scent is based off of a aftershave splash called Irish Moose. And there's a little bit of a name play with this one. I don't believe it's been discontinued. I think you can still get it, or at least there's versions of it on Amazon. I thought about getting that, but I didn't. So I don't have the splash, but I'll just be using some unscented Star Jelly today. So for me, this scent, it's not a bad scent. It kind of falls into that kind of medium scent, you know. It's not off-putting or anything like that, but not my favorite, but not my least favorite either. My wife, when I had her smell it, she said kind of the same thing, like, I've smelled things that were a lot worse, but it's not really my favorite. And she's like, if you wore it, I would be okay with it. It wouldn't be offensive or off-putting, but I wouldn't be like, let's go snuggle. So that's kind of where that plays. I'm not sure on this, you know, I've got so many soaps, I might push this one down the line, you know, and it's one of those scents that it's still kind of new to me, so I probably need to come back and revisit it a few times before I really send it down the road. But I'll put a little picture right here of everything I used, and I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching the video, and I will see you on Wednesday's shave video. I'll see you guys then. Have a great rest of your weekend.